All right, we're here with Rules of the Pit and Rubber Chickens and Scabs with our main man, Lee Pierce from the Possum Cave. How's it going, Lee?
Doing really good, man. Been a long week. End of summer, starts a semester, kids starting school. Been busy, but that's what I thrive on. So,
Right on, man. Yeah, fucking it's busy up here. We're doing the whole summer shit with the kids and everything. So yeah, I mean, every freaking week it's a new thing. My kids apparently this week they decided they were going to become bullies. So, like, no shit. These are the sweetest fucking kids in the world. Like, you see them every day, and it's like, you daddy. Seriously, fucking Monday, they come home from day camp. They've got three fucking strikes, and the other one's got a fucking warning. And I'm like, what? What the fuck is going on here? Like, you aren't. Don't do this. What the fuck is going on? So we have the talk with them, like, okay, all right, chill the fuck out. Next day, my wife picks them up from fucking day camp. I get home from fucking work. They ain't getting screens. And I'm like, all right, what's going on today? Well, fucking this one got two strikes. This one was fucking hands on. No, this one kicked some kid in the junk for whatever reason, and she won't fucking tell us. But it's like, come on, like, where are you guys getting this aggression? I don't beat my kids. We've never laid hands on our kids. So it's like, you training for something? Like, I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
yeah, it was just weird, man. Like, so luckily the past few days, we've kind of got in their heads. All right, you're losing a lot of shit. Like you're not getting screens for days on end right now. So chill out. So luckily the past few days they've chilled out and they've come home with good report. I'm like, Jesus, man, like, holy.
That was just the best story. And then it with Chill Newt, and it just made the day. I told you. I told you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny when when your kid starts acting like other people's kids, and you're like, no, I didn't. You didn't learn that here. What the fuck?
exactly. Exactly. Where are you learning this? Like,
Uh, no,
goddamn day camp? Like, come on. I thought you were safe at day camp. Now you're turning into a fucking Bruce Lee. Like, you're fucking, come on.
Yeah, I think everybody has that realization at one point or other where all of a sudden you're like, wait, my kid's the asshole? Wait,
Right?
no, it's no. They complain about, wait, what happened? Okay. Okay.
I think back to when I was in day camp and I was like, I never got to kick anybody's ass. Like, I think I got my ass kicked quite a few times. Like,
Oh, they always,
are my kids those kids that kick my ass? Like,
yes, they are. See, that's what it is they always say kids rebel against their parents. Like, my boys, just perfect, straight, perfect kids. I mean, that's why, you know what I mean? And it's so funny. It's always opposite of the generation ahead, about prior to you. So, yeah, you got bullied, so your kids are going to do the bullying now.
damn, damn. I feel sorry for all those kids because I I know how it felt. And now I know why my kids are bullying me. Because they're like, oh, you are
because
one of those kids.
because they can. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, they smell. They smell the blood. And they're
Oh,
like, mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's sorry. I keep clapping near my freaking mic. That's probably gonna clip out. Um, but yeah, like that's been my week. And then today, right before we do this, my daughter decides that she's gonna have a goddamn meltdown over having her Crocs in our bed. We're letting them sleep in our bed because they wanna. It's a Friday night, whatever. You know what? Sleep in our bed. That's fine. Big king size. Go for it. But she wants to bring her Crocs in our bed, and we're like, no, no, Crocs can stay on the side of the bed. They're not going in the bed. You don't say that to a little girl going 4, going on 5. No, 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 no. Don't ever say that, because apparently that is the key. That one turns the key, and all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose, and there's fucking like screaming and like defiance. And I'm like, I literally, and I feel so bad about this. I thought about this after, as I was like having my smoke coming down after that. I was like, I literally told my wife, we don't reward defiance. And then I'm out having a smoke, and I'm like, what kind of fucking punk rock dad am I? I'm fucking sitting here going, we don't reward defiance. Wait a minute. Fuck. Fuck.
Punk is dead and I killed it.
Yes. Shit. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have a talk with the young one and be like, okay, daddy didn't quite mean that. Okay. What he meant is we don't reward defiance against me. Okay. Like anybody else, whatever. You give her hell. No, give her hell. But do not bring that Armageddon shit on daddy. Daddy does not deserve that.
So what
Okay.
you're saying is it's okay, don't do it to management.
Yes. The management of the family. Other management, depends. Depends, right? But yeah. Yeah, that was a weird one. I had that thought, and I'm like, damn, what kind of punk rock dad am I? I just told her not to defy. Yet, yeah. So I'm gonna have to have that talk. Be like, daddy didn't mean it. Daddy just daddy just means defy against the system and everything that is wrong. But daddy's never wrong.
We always had the rule in our house. Daddy's always right unless mom's home.
Yes.
That was that like no joke. That was the rule for since the kids could be naughty. The rule was always daddy is always right unless mom's home. So that way they knew the power structure and it kept it clean in the house.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My kids come to me all the time, and they'll ask me for something, and I know we got plenty of it, but I don't know if they're okay to have it right now. So it's always like, go ask mommy. When they come back and they're like, mommy said, go ask daddy, then I know I got the okay. All right, now it's my choice. Have you been good? Haven't you been good? Right.
I'm lucky. Our youngest is 17 now, and he just comes walking back into the room with like a bag of chips and like a half pound of lunch meat, and I'm just like, okay, I ain't gonna argue. I ain't gonna tell him no. So no. He doesn't even ask anymore. Go for
it. It's like, you gonna share that with?
Yeah. I just have to hide my snacks better now.
Well, I mean, your snacks are getting a little more eclectic, right? So
let's try all of them. So that's always a good thing. But then the ones that me and Oliver either don't like or don't use for why not, he always gets those full bags. Plus, he always gets a sample of everything that we try too. So everything me and Oliver get to try, Johnny gets to try too. So he enjoys it just as much as me and Oliver. He just doesn't like doing all the videos very much. He'll usually, even like the frozen pizza tundra, he's just humoring me.
Yeah, but that's great, man. That's great to see that relationship, and he knows you're nuts, but he loves it. So he loves being a part of it.
We had fun. He did have fun when we did the badly splitting Kit Kats. That whole I should re-edit all those into a new video, because those were a blast. We did, I think, 7 or 8 of them. I don't know if you remember those. Those were
I do.
absolutely,
I do.
and those were so much fun because he actually got into writing and directing of them then. So like it got to be a lot of fun. He has no interest in doing that stuff after school or or for fun even or anything like that. He'll do it with me. He gets really into it, but then as soon as me and him are done with whatever, he's like, "No, I'm good. I don't want to do any more of that." I'm like, okay.
You can only get them to do so much with you, right? I mean, I'm
Talented with the writing and the directing and the camera work and the lighting. He's just natural at it. I just wish he'd do it even on his own for his own stuff, not even with me, just because he's so talented with it. But
yeah.
I think that's sees the stuff in their kid, and of course the kid's not going to do it. I did stay crap when I was a kid, so
yeah, it's crazy. My little dude there, he's always like he wants to do videos, but you know, it's trying to find some sort of structure that would work for him
yeah.
and that would work for us. That's easy enough because he's not doing the editing.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got a few like building videos on YouTube that he's done. He
Cool.
likes it, but it's like, dude, you're still pretty young, dude. You got your whole life to start building a YouTube career because it sure don't pay.
And it takes a lot more editing than people realize.
Right, right.
That's okay. Fix it in post.
Exactly. I
It's
mean,
not post and realize what that actually means.
So Terry Funk passed away this week, man. Like that is a freaking heartbreaker. That
And
dude was awesome.
Terry Funk on what was it? Wednesday?
Yeah,
Tuesday?
and then today, wasn't it? Or
Bray Wyatt.
yep.
Geez, see, I don't know much of the new, but he was one of the new ones that I knew of and really liked because it's just old school kind of Undertaker cross with the Brood kind of vibe, but with like a hillbilly edge. I don't know. I always really dug the guy. Kind of just another young one, man. Terry Funk, though, man, that one. He was one of those like. He was kind of the wrestling version of like the guys you never thought would go like Stan Lee and like Hugh Hefner, like Terry Funk, one of those. You just think he's gonna live to be 100 years old. Betty White, you just expect like, no, they can't. They're just gonna always be there. Yeah,
I know. I know. I think it's showing our age, man. Like all of a sudden, it's like everybody we knew, we loved is.
Oh yeah, he was still real active though too. He was. You'd see him because I follow a lot of the old wrestlers on Facebook and stuff, and he was still doing a lot of like signings and stuff like that. A lot of those guys do, like him and Mick Foley. Still, they go to a lot of even the smaller ones where they got they got the guys that didn't have the name to make it to the bigger promotion signings and stuff like that. Man. More like the ECW guys, stuff like that. And Funk would still be showing up to that stuff with like Sabu and like those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see that it was Mick Foley that had posted about it.
I know. That's crazy. I saw that post. Oh, yeah. Like Terry Funk, man. Like, dude was a legend. Like, he freaking 72 years old. He'd been through pretty much every wrestling federation out there, basically,
every injury out there.
Yeah. Yeah, man, like Jesus. I don't know, man.
I'll still remember him on Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, he was on that, wasn't he?
Yep, he was one of the bad guys. Well, he was one of the good guys that Patrick Swayze fired, so he went and worked for the bad guys.
Yeah.
And he was in like peak physical condition. Like he was the biggest dude in that movie. Like he would just stack like a brick shitter. He had his big old bro.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe he's gone. Like, see, like you said, I think it's just us getting old.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, fucking, Betty White and fuck everyone from fucking Prince to fucking,
Oh man, it's been
you
a rough,
know.
especially like some of my all-time favorite comedians. Like honestly, like Paul Rubens, Judy Tenuta, Gilbert Godfrey.
Yes.
All this sounds stupid, but the loud ones. I was the loud kid. I couldn't control it. I've always been that guy. So I was always drawn to those comedians. Like they're all like within like the last 2 years, all these like so underrated, some of the most like groundbreaking comedians that people don't get.
Yeah.
They're up there like Bobcat Goldthwait. Like, I mean,
Yeah, Bobcat.
realize what the ground, what they did for like a lot of comedians wouldn't be in movies if it wasn't for the roles some of those guys took, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, man, it's getting old. Well, dude, I'm pushing 50. It's like I keep forgetting I'm as close to 50 as oh yeah, dude, I'm as close to 50 as I am 45.
Yeah.
Ouch. Ouch.
Damn.
Or ooch, as you would say. Ooch.
Ooch, ooch, new dude boot it. Yeah, yeah. I, I'm
I
just a oh, sorry.
What makes the best wrestler?
What makes the best wrestler?
Yeah, like
Oh,
first of all, like categories. What do you think? Because like Terry Funk clearly was one of the best wrestlers, but like he was never going to be the superstar.
no.
He was going to be the guy that was just above a jobber, but that's why you loved him.
Yeah.
You know what? You know who the superstars are, but they're still not. They're always missing something.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Like to me, I think there's four things, but I want to see what your opinion is first.
All right.
What
Like all the things that would make it.
in general, like just yeah, like what things do you think would make the perfect wrestler?
Um, I think uh they gotta be a fucking damn good actor. They gotta be like the best fucking heel in the world. Like you fucking hate this dude, but you hate him so much that you can't take your eye off him.
Triple H.
Yes, yes, Triple H is a great one.
I
Uh
would turn matches off. I hated him so bad. And I realized it was because how good he was, and then it just pissed me off more.
uh honestly, like back in the day, like when the Rock was Rocky and like fucking he was that speaking in that third person all the time.
Oh,
I fucking hated that. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, come on. And then fast forward fucking like 20 years later and look at him now, right? But at the time, it was like, who the fuck is this guy? And what the fuck does he think of himself?
been that good of an actor, and then he's had that much charisma, and it's just insane.
Mm-hmm. So they've got to be like an insane actor. They've got to either pull that heel off to the point where you hate them so much you can't stop watching them. That was, and honestly, The Rock didn't do that for me at the
Yeah,
beginning. Like I was like, I didn't
he,
want to watch him. I was like,
you can
mm-hmm,
never. That's the thing is they have to. You can always say, "Well, they'll just be a face." No, because every face has to turn heel. They
yeah,
have to in order to because then they can't come back to being the face. They
yeah,
have to turn heel at some point. And if they can't pull it off, they can't. Then they'll never be the perfect wrestler.
yeah. So yeah, that for me is absolute number one. Um, Uh, you know what? Size wise, whether they're like a taller dude or a smaller dude, I don't think that really matters.
I
Uh,
think Bill does though.
yeah, yeah,
The physique matters. The like height wise. I mean, look at guys like Benoit's size that were
yeah,
just that freaking packet. Well, look at even like Scott
short.
Steiner. Freaking Steiner wasn't that goddamn tall. What was he, like 6'2", maybe 6'1", 6'2"?
Yeah.
I mean, you could get those guys with that physique, but yeah, they had to have that. They didn't have to be 6'10". They didn't have to be guys like Hogan or Warrior. I mean, look at freaking Rick Rude.
Yeah.
Rick Rude was all of maybe what, 6'2",
But
and
he was so slim that like
yeah,
you look at pictures of him now and he looks like he's 6'5", 6'7", like
really,
because
Jesus.
he was just like cut so much that he just looked
Uh,
taller.
See, we'll get back to him because he's one of them. I feel was just about as close to a perfect wrestler as there got to be. His problem was he didn't have the acting ability.
Yeah.
Even though they tried and they pushed him too hard on being on the mic, doing his whole kissing the chicks and all that crap, because he had the physique, he had the athletic ability, he
Yeah.
had the technical ability. You know, because that's what to me it always was you needed, you know, the acting, the charisma, you needed the physique, you needed the look, you needed the technical ability. You know, I'm talking Heart Foundation shit.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
the athletic ability. When I say that, I'm talking, you know, Miss Rey Mysterio, Vampiro, guys like
Mhm.
that. You know what I'm talking, you know. And there's just, I don't think there's ever actually been anyone that had all of
No.
them.
No.
And to me, what pisses me off even saying it, because to me, he's still a newer guy, even though he's retired twice. CM Punk had the best chance of being that, though.
Yeah.
But
He did.
screwed up and wasted his time and went to MMA. Because right before he went to MMA, he was still at WWE and he was like jacked, like he was yoked. Remember that? Like he
Yeah.
had big perhaps I don't know who he'd been working with, but not like when he first got to WWE and he was like 230, a freaking looked like melted rubber.
Yeah.
But right before he left and went MMA, he was jacked. And it's like probably one of the best on mic personalities in history. I mean, my God, what he did the off the cuff when they said, here, just speak,
Yeah.
that was probably the best on mic things ever. And it wasn't even written. You
Yeah.
know, he did it off the cuff. And then obviously, probably one of the best technical wrestlers ever. If he would have, instead of going to MMA, wasted the time, went and trained with somebody like Mysterio or
Mhm.
Vampiro, went down and freaking trained in Mexico, he could have been the first ever perfect wrestler in my book. And I hate saying that because, like, to me, he's still a new guy, even though he's been around for freaking
Yeah.
20+ years. But to me, he's still the new guy that just made it to WWE. He's not even there anymore. You know what I mean? But yeah, because he was still to me, he would have been the closest because he had just about the total package. But he's clunky in the ring. He has the
Yeah.
technical ability, but he doesn't have the athletic ability. Like
Yeah.
I always hated when he'd freaking do the Irish whip into the ropes and he'd jump over him and he looked like a kid trying to play fucking leapfrog. Not that my fat ass could do any better at all, but I also don't get paid millions of freaking dollars to run around in my underwear. People
Right.
would be awesome, but it's just not a thing.
Normally they just call the cops.
Not if I wear my Magnum Speedo, then it's okay because it's got a liner, so it's technically a swimsuit.
There you go. I got lost on the way to the pool. I'm sorry. I went
Hey,
to drop the kids off at the pool.
I live right on the river. I can walk all around the neighborhood in that thing, and they can't say nothing. I can see the water from about 100 yards every direction.
Oh shit.
Uh, I'm just over here mowing. I've got like Fritos, I got chips, I got freaking Twizzler.
Oh yeah. You always gotta have the munchies.
Always. I got like 5 drinks always at all time. I got 1 water, 1 caffeinated.
Freaking what's new in the world? Fucking you hear that fucking Prigozhin, fucking Putin's little fucking handyman there, fucking took a little nosedive. Hate to get political, but it's kind of funny to me.
I heard something about it. I don't know much about it. Enlighten me.
All right. Well, so I don't know how to say his first name, Prigozhin, the head of Wagner, who did this little coup on fucking Putin there. Anyways, apparently his plane, which he was registered on, yeah, fucking went down the other day. Kaboom, fucking everyone on board dead.
Holy, I didn't hear anything about that. See, everything down here is about Trump getting arrested and getting his mugshot taken.
Oh, I know, I know. I've been fucking following that too. I
Or more
follow.
lying about his weight than they are about freaking famous people dying in Canada, apparently.
Yeah,
It's like, up for this jackass already and get him off the fucking TV.
yeah, exactly. Oh, I know. I'm so sick of that, dude. Like, yeah. Um, fuck. Like, I don't know how you guys do it down there. I'm not gonna get into a big fucking political discussion about it, but Jesus fuck, I feel sorry for you guys that that's even like a possibility because everything that happens down there
Here
seems
I
to
can
trickle.
explain it real easy, and I ride the line right in the middle, and this is why. Because I've always told people voting when you're voting for the lesser of two evils, that's not really the right to vote. And
That's
here's
right.
why. Because when it's a two-party system, the way it is, no matter what anyone says, a third party, you know what I mean? It is a two-party system
Mhm.
they say it's not allowed to be. It will be. So
Yep.
when you have parties, they no longer all it is it's a divorce couple. You've got the divorced parents doing everything they can to hurt each other, forgetting that it ain't fucking about them. And
Yeah.
we're all the people in this country are the kids sitting here going, what the fuck? This was supposed to be about us.
Yeah.
And that's basically what it's gotten to, is that either side can't, they don't even try to make any progress or do anything to help the actual American people because they're too busy doing things to hurt the other side.
Yeah.
So how do you cheer for people that aren't doing anything for you and
Uh,
refuse to?
yeah, you can't. And
For
like,
the divorce, and that's what it is.
yeah, like up here it's just a lot of fucking misstepping, a lot of just yeah, a lot of fucking wrong decisions being made in the right or the wrong places. It gets deep, but yeah, it's not as like blatant as like this versus this, and it's constantly like it's kind of mixed like
Yeah.
through it, but yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Well, I think
So
I've realized that the United States is just the world's Florida.
yeah, yeah, it is. It
And,
is. That's kind of how I look at it.
and I 100% get it. I 100% get it. And that's the thing. Like, I live in like just little bumfuck Wisconsin. It's it's still pretty backwoods. I mean, there's northern redneck. People don't get it. Like, people get it and they get it.
Yeah.
And but like I love the area I live in. It's where I've grown up. I've got my family. I don't care about nobody else. You know what I mean? But like, and I still go out anytime I go out. I see exactly why the world hates Americans. Any single time I leave the house, it's just like, really? There's no call for that. There's no one asked your opinion. So I don't know why you're giving it. That cashier doesn't care who you voted for. I
Yeah.
promise that. And we can tell. Don't worry. We can tell. I don't understand it. What bugs me is a lot of it that I see it and hear it from is the generation that raised me, that always said the three things you never speak about is sex, religion, and politics. You know what I mean? The greatest generation raised
Yeah.
us and told us that's the three things you never speak about, even to your own goddamn family. I know people who've been married for 60 years and who never talked to each other who they voted for, because you don't do that. And now it's that same generation that's causing all this shit, getting everybody's business about who they fucking voted for, what religion they are, if they believe in religion. What the fuck happened? Nobody
Yeah.
fucking cares.
Yeah.
My political rant. Get off my fucking lawn. That's my
Get off
rant.
my fucking lawn, man.
Mm, I'll throw it
Oh,
at you.
oh, no shit, eh? Yeah. So fucking and what the hell is going on with our fucking weather these days? We've got fucking Maui burning, we got fucking Canada burning, fucking
We've got the freaking air quality down here, man. It's been brutal. It's
yeah,
been brutal. And,
shit.
oh, that it was 115 the last 2 days of heat index down here. So that hasn't been fun.
Oh,
It up to like 90 today, 85, 90. So it wasn't as bad. We're still trying to get the house cooled down because we just got 2 window units because we don't have like central air and we got a tri-level house. So we just
oh.
got to on the air conditioner on whichever level we're on at that time of the day.
Do what you gotta do, man. Do what you
Correct.
gotta do.
Fans and airflow, just everything's going different directions.
Oh yeah. I remember, well shit, be at least 6 years ago. Um, my wife and I and our son, who was the only one we had at the time, we had this like very small, like one level house, no AC or anything. And we got one of those portable AC units, and we
Yeah.
would drag that fucker from the bedroom all the way into the living room and cool it down while we're out there. And then it's like, oh, it's bedtime. Roll that motherfucker back down to
Oh,
the bedroom.
what, like the tall freestanding ones?
Yeah.
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 We've got in our kitchen. Those things work goddamn good, actually.
Oh yeah, they do. They do. We still have ours somewhere. Thankfully, place we're in now, we've got central air. So it's like central AC all through the house. We pay for it through the fucking hydro, but
Yeah.
I'll fucking pay for it rather than fucking sweat my nuts off.
Well, yeah, because window units cost so goddamn much unless you're just, using it in the room that you're in that time of the day.
Exactly. Exactly. And my fucking hydro bills up here are fucking insane as it is. So it's like, if I'm gonna pay an insane price, I'm at least gonna live with some AC in the house. I'll uh I'll go broke and in debt paying my AC bill, but whatever. So yeah, the other day, Matt and I we interviewed Dave of Diesel Boy, man. That was a freaking awesome interview. Lots of laughs there. I had to poke and make fun of the fact that a couple years ago when I interviewed him, I told him that he needed to get the band back together and really pushed him, told him I'd steal a fucking van or a bus for him. And yeah, here we are 2 years later, their first album like 20 years. So I had to do it. I was like, well, yeah, probably don't remember, but
Did he give you a thank you in the liner notes of the CD too?
no, no, no,
Oh,
right,
wow.
right.
I would
And
like.
and he even said it was probably maybe almost partially because of that. So
See,
he should, yeah,
yeah, that should have been in the liner notes, man. I mean, like fine print shit, like where you got to have somebody else read it for you because your
yeah,
glasses aren't strong enough.
exactly. Yeah,
But
yeah. That
see, I
that dude who once interviewed me, I can't remember the show.
if I ever find anyone stupid enough to record the songs that I write, I will absolutely thank you in the liner notes.
Awesome, awesome, in very fine print. And this goes
Oh,
out to Fletcher.
album. Thank you, Trevor.
So it's almost fucking weird now when people call me Trevor. I'm like, like Because at work, nobody even like says my name anymore. They're just like, they walk up to me and they talk to me. In my band, those dudes just call me Fletcher all the time. All the time. My wife, she doesn't call me Trevor or Fletcher. She just calls me Daddy most of the time. Like, Daddy, take care of this. Daddy, that one's freaking out or something. Um, and then of course the kids are just daddy, daddy, and the chihuahuas are just fucking going off. So yeah, it's always funny when I actually hear Trevor, because honestly, that fucking name I pretty much fucking hated it all my fucking life. So it was like,
Hey, no one's called me Lee in years. Like everybody, like me and my wife was just, hey, hon. I don't think we said each other's names unless we're like trying to yell across the room to get each
yeah,
other's something. And
yeah,
then it's dad or pop or Grizz.
yeah,
Everybody at the house calls me Grizz. So like, yeah, nobody calls me Lee anymore. So yeah, even
yeah,
hearing that when you're like, it's Lee, I'm like, where? Oh, that's right.
yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. We got that out of the way. People, anybody who's actually fucking watching, listening to this, he's Grizz. I'm Fletcher. Put that in the memory bank.
And I dropped a
Uh,
Frito somewhere. I'm gonna have to look for that Frito. I keep dropping. Lost a piece of licorice too. Oh, there's one.
oh, shit.
Oh, got away from you.
Floor Frito. Good for 5 seconds.
5 seconds only counts if it falls in the urinal. In other words, there's no time limit. A paramedic taught me that.
Oh, now what was happening while this
I'll
paramedic was telling you?
try to blame that. In case people try to blame my attitude or personality on drinking. There's no alcohol in it. This is just me.
Mine's got alcohol tonight, but it doesn't always have alcohol. But tonight it's got a little bit of alcohol, so whatever.
If I had a tolerance, yeah, I'd probably drink too.
Right, right. It's really freaking hard, man. It is very freaking hard to, yeah. For anybody that's watching, I am like trying to cut that alcohol out of my system, period. So I am literally drinking mass amounts of non-alcoholic beer. My bandmates will totally tell you it's pretty ridiculous. Um, but yeah, I'm not quite there yet. So every once in a while, I'm
Hey,
still topping her up with a real one, but soon enough, soon enough, this this be clear. We all be clear. It's all good.
oh, hey, man, it's baby steps, man. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, cheers, man. Like it, it took a long time even to get to the point of having non-alcoholic beer. I never ever thought about buying non-alcoholic beer ever in my life.
Yeah.
Ever. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'll try this and I'll try that, because I knew I need to break that cycle. And unfortunately for me, and as I'm sure for a lot of people, it's habitual. So
Yeah.
it's, you're in social situations, you feel like you need something in your hand. You get used to the taste. And then, so at least with non-alcoholic beer, at least if you find a decent one, you can kind of substitute the feeling of having something in your hand, and b um having that similar taste where you're like, okay, I feel like I'm having a beer, and you're not, like, and it's really crazy when you're drinking non-alcoholic beer, because you can put them all away and all of a sudden you're like, so what are we doing? Where are we
Yep.
going? Like it's
Oh yeah.
it's really crazy. My mind's still trying to process through this, but I
Oh, and
know with the
helps.
support of friends and family, I know it'll happen. So
Another big one that helps too, because like I'll go hit and miss on when I'll go a couple of years without even buying a 6 pack of non-alcoholic beer, and then I'll go where I'll buy one every couple of weeks and I'll buy a 6 pack. But you find a lot of people that don't drink, especially if they're former drinkers. Like I've got almost 7 years sober. Is a lot of people you find, especially ones that are so let's straight just call themselves sober because they had an issue with it, find that is like tonics and seltzer waters because be like stuff like LaCroix, stuff like that, stuff that most people don't like. Well, the reason they don't like it is there's no sugar in it.
right.
But think about it, for a beer drinker, it's not sweet. It's almost a savory drink, and you don't think about that. And when you're quit drinking, you're used to pounding 4, 5, 6 maybe, and so then you like freaking non-alcoholic beer is more expensive than regular beer too. So look into stuff like LaCroix and different seltzers and stuff like that. It took me a little used to it. Then I was like, holy crap, those actually taste good. And apparently most people that used to drink enjoy them. So there's a little hack apparently.
Nice. I will definitely take that advice for sure. Well, I think we've come to the end of this for the night. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in, watching us. We got Grizz, we got Fletcher. We are here with Rubber Chickens and Scabs, part of Rules of the Pit, and we are coming at you. Oh, do it again. I didn't hear the squeak.
I think he's full of bugs again. Wait, Rubber Chicken's got no, he got scabs. I think he's got crabs. Rubber Chickens and crabs, maybe. That's my other channel. Let's not talk.
Thanks for tuning in and hope to see you next time. Cheers.
Thanks for having me.